What's up, you guys? Preston James here at the Laughing Buddha Recording Studio. Thanks for stopping by, coming at you with another tutorial. No, just kidding, not a tutorial, a video, a record review again. And hopefully you enjoyed the last couple record reviews I did. Again, I'm gonna try to do it every single week, if not a couple reviews a week, because I want to get this information out there. I want to help people. I want to motivate other people to be songwriters and producers and engineers. I want to get it out there and say that you matter too. You are behind the scenes and it matters. Your job is very important and you are what makes the album come together. Okay? So yes, I will try to do more of these, but hopefully you got a chance to see those. If not, welcome to reality. This is Preston James, Laughing Buddha, and this is reality. This is reality. Today, awesome. Okay, so today we are doing, this is a little out of my pocket, not too much, but a little bit out of my pocket. I wouldn't say she's like down my lane per se. I have a bunch of different lanes that I listen to, but she was a little bit different in the sense that it's a little more country, but I do like country. I rock with country a lot. I really do like country more and more these days too. But we are reviewing Jessie Murph. We are going to review her album, That Ain't No Man, That's the Devil. Good album. It's a very good album. I was impressed. I didn't realize she was 19, or she is 19 years old. That threw me off from the jump. I was like, what? She's got her second album. The first one I think is a mixtape, and now she has this album. That's awesome. So good for you for putting in that time, putting in that work. You're killing it, girl. Keep doing what you're doing. Her mixtape is called Drowning. It came out in 2023, I believe, possibly 22. There's a couple different. The thing with that is that I say it like that because there's a couple different places that say a couple different things. So it looks like it came out in 2023. So yes, she is signed to Sony Music Columbia Records. She's a developing artist, right? She's very young, coming into the music industry, very strong. She, from what I could find, she has came up through doing, I think, TikToks and Instagram videos and like karaoke, basically, right? Like singing along with other songs. And then she got noticed, which I think is great. I'm not sure. She might have been doing her own songs as well. So hopefully she gets that credit. But she is either from Athens, Alabama or Clarksville, Tennessee. I believe she's from Athens, Alabama, way of Clarksville, Tennessee. Don't quote me on that. There's so much information out there that it's really hard to kind of hone in the correct information. So I have to be very, because I want to be respectful, right? I want to make sure that I say the right things. And I don't want to mislead anybody or give the wrong information. So yes. Mixtape Drowning. See, and my notes even say 2021, but on Apple Music it says 2023 for the Drowning mixtape. Anyways, so yes, she is on Universal, Sony Music, Universal Music Group, right? UMG, and publishing with Columbia Records. So yes, her album, That Ain't No Man, That's the Devil, starts out really good. The first song, Wild Ones. Clear plucking guitars. It's like a country with a twist of pop on it, and it doubles up with these wide vocals on the hook that sound really good and flush into the song, which I really liked the way that it started. It had this Amy Winehouse kind of feel for me, and that kind of brought a little bit of nostalgia, which I really liked because she has that kind of lane of an Amy Winehouse possibility down the future. Now, I will say that I do strongly believe she's a developing artist, meaning she has not peaked yet. That's not to discredit anything she's done, but she hasn't peaked yet, so she's going to get there. But she's still very young, obviously, and she's obviously hardworking as well. So give her some time, but what she's put out so far is pretty good. And I had been listening to a few songs on repeat for a while, and I'll just go ahead and say those songs. So the songs that I've been listening to is, let's see, what is it? It's Wild Ones with Teddy Swims, which I think is great, and It Ain't Right. And It Ain't Right is just push and pull. It has this push and pull factor of kind of bringing you in and pulling you out. And it feels so good to hear it. And this fat bass line, it's like a fuzzy fat bass that I really kind of gravitated towards. Vocals very centered and consistent, which it is throughout the album. And, this is all to say that the engineers and producers did their thing. The songwriters as well. Now, if you haven't heard or you haven't watched any of my other videos, I am a feeling type of person. Very emotional based when listening to music. That's what pulled me into music, like most of us for the most part. But I don't hear the vocals until this a couple times after I've listened to the song. What does that mean? That just means that I'm not focused on what they're saying per se. I'm more focused on how does it feel? How does the song feel to me? And that is something not by choice. It's not by choice. It's just how my brain works. Like, what is this? How is this feeling to me? I'll even sing the song. Like, I'll sing along with the song and the lyrics correctly, but I have no idea like what it's even talking about or saying. It just feels right. And so I go with that feeling. I do the same thing when I'm recording and mixing. I try to get in that pocket that just feels right. I don't know the math and the numbers for when I'm doing levels. I know that red is bad sometimes. And I know that what doesn't sound good to me, right? I've learned from certain people and just learned what feels and sounds good to me. And that's applicable to both listening to music and recording and making or help make music. So yes. So another song, Cold, slow start, very short room reverb on the vocal that gave it this really nice space. I really like this song. There's a nice dark piano that's going on in the song. It's there's multiple vocals. There's a lot of things, and I point these out to give the engineers and producers credit, but to give the song where it's going. Like I said, it's called Cold, so it's got this slow feel with a dark piano and these multiple voices for layering, right? Like giving the vocal a lot more width and depth. And the kick is in the center with the guitars, light and bright piano later on. It's like it's getting dark and then it brightens up, but the kick is really centered, and then you got these guitars that are kind of bringing you in and pulling you in as they're strumming and plucking away. But it does have this kind of cold feeling to it, and that's not always easy to pull off. So again, shout out to producers and the engineers for tailoring this kind of around the vocals and the songwriting as well. I think that's the process I've been involved in, is you have the song written out and you change things and you kind of rearrange it. Oh, this would feel good here. Oh, I think this should go first. But this would be nice if this was like at the end of this, or this was like at the beginning, or yeah, I should do this at this part, just to give it that glue. I don't necessarily like that word, but that glue for the ability for the lyrics, the songwriting, the production, and the engineering all to come together to make the song what it is. Not sure if that really makes sense to some of you, but when all those things kind of line up, it does a really good job at conveying what the song is talking about. And again, that's not always easy to do. So shout out the team and Jessie Murph for making that happen, especially on this song, Cold. Wild Ones, like I said, is a great song with Teddy Swims. Very country based. She's I should have said this earlier, but like a country rock pop alternative slash I don't even know the other word for it, but like kind of jazzy feel, I guess I could say. Like I kind of mentioned Amy Winehouse earlier, kind of gave me a vibe of that. So there's definitely some of that in there. So you got a song like slows down, like a song called Dirty. It's a much slower song. It's very heartfelt. She's definitely showcasing her singing skills on this song, but I don't know if I don't, not in a negative way. I don't think it was necessary. I think she's new, so she's trying to prove herself, which to me, girl, you're doing it. You're good. Like, you're great. I don't think there's a need to kind of, let me show you what I can do and do this right now, and almost maybe overdo it a little bit, but not in a bad way. Not necessarily in a bad way. So, yes. So definitely pop country vibe on that song, Dirty, which she, again, showcases her vocal range, which is great. So I also want to mention that the song kind of near the end is called Bang Bang, which reminded me of that Quentin Tarantino, I forget which movie, I think it's Kill Bill, where the song is bang bang, they shot me down, bang bang. It kind of had that feel, and that's kind of like a 70s, 60s feel. Sometimes it's hard for me to put some of these things into words, which is probably why I'm not a songwriter, but it's kind of hard to put some of these things into words. But that song was really cool too. Had a center kick, a very twangy guitar, like I said, old school style with like the 60s, 70s. Vocals very up front, nice reverb throws and trails, which I really like, especially on big vocals. So that was really nice. Cool breakdown. She's got like a little rap vibe breakdown in the song Bang Bang. It's almost, I would say, like the bridge, but don't quote me on that. But yeah, there's like a rap vibe to it, which was really cool. And yeah, she showcased some of her rapping, flowing skills on that. So again, she's doing her thing. She's doing great. So the album's great. There's a range of pop, rock, country, jazzy feel and alternative feel to it, from top to bottom. I think it's a good album. I'll probably give this album, I don't know, 6 out of 10, and maybe 7 out of 10. Let's say 7 out of 10, 6 or 7 out of 10, and that's a good thing. Again, she's just starting out, so she has a lot of room to grow, and I really truly believe this she's got it, so she's going to develop over the next few years, and I think what she's really meant to do is yet to come, whereas these are just the start of a girl who is on the cusp of breaking through to what she's truly capable of and tapping into those emotions and that feeling and sound that she's looking for. So, who are the songwriters? Some of the songwriters, and I will list them as I do and I have in my last videos. Some of the songwriters: Jessie Murph, Jeff Giddy Gittleman, Daniel Tannenbaum, Peter Gonzalez, Daniel Krieger, Gregory All Day Hine, which is All Day. If you haven't listened to All Day, he's dope. Really like him. Gregory Hine is his name. Surgeon Gurman, Stuart Johnson, Cleo Ty, Trevor Brown, Jatin Dimsdale, Oak Felder was on this. I really like Oak Felder. I remember watching some stuff with him a while ago when he was talking about doing, I forget the name of that song by Demi Lovato, but I think he produced that song, and it was her biggest song, I believe the biggest. Definitely one of the first big ones for her. But I've always liked him. He's great. Glad he's still in the music industry. Glad he's still kicking. He's obviously working. So, and I know that he did some producing on this too. So the fact that he did some songwriting on here is great. So yeah, and I know Teddy Swims wrote in here as well. As far as the recording goes, you have Peter Gonzalez, Daniel Krieger, Jeffrey Giddy Gittleman, which is across the board on this album. So he had a lot to do and was very involved in this. Oak Felder again on the recording. He was involved. The Orphanage, John Busier, Steve Rush, Beacon. And I've said this as well, when an artist and their engineers and producers are consistent throughout the album, they have the same people working on and off the album, that to me is a level of professionalism and consistency that helps create a good sound and good record overall, which is what this is. Again, so the fact that they're doing that and she's done that is a great thing. I definitely think that's spot on and smart for artists to do. Not to take away from artists who don't do that, because it doesn't mean it can't turn out good as well. But there's definitely a level of consistency there that holds true throughout the album when you keep people from top to bottom working on the album until it's finished. So yes, there's from the recording, some of the mixing, Rob Klinelski, Kinelski. He did most of it. Alex Toomey, shout out Alex Toomey, who is Young Thug's engineer. Free Young Thug. Andrew Kim, Ellie Heisler, Ryan Hewitt. Love his stuff. Andrew Kim, Jordan Silva, Justin Stewart's, Philip Smith. And again, I will list all of these to make sure they get credit. I just want to shout some of them out verbally, so they get some love on here. And for the mastering engineers, which is the final stage of the production, right, is Dale Becker, Emerson Mancini, and Ted Jensen. She only had 3 on here, but that's all you need, really, especially if they're doing a great job. So, and right, mastering engineer is the very last step of the production and kind of song process. Once the song has been written, the lyrics, the production, and then it goes into mixing, and then after mixing, it goes into mastering. So it's kind of the last stop before it's marketed and published and put together on the album. So shout out those 3 guys for doing the mastering. So yeah, that's really it. I think she had a great album. Again, she has a lot to grow into, but it's definitely there. So shout out Jessie Murph. Keep doing what you do. Girl, you're killing the game. Love it. Give us more. We love it. And yeah, I'm excited to see what she does next. If you guys haven't listened to it, go check it out. That Ain't No Man, That's the Devil. It's a good album. Like I said, for the songs for me, which I can't stop listening to, It Ain't Right and Wild Ones. Very good feel, poppy vibe, and kind of in your feelings type of shit. So yeah, check those out. You know what we like to say here at the Laughing Buddha Recording Studio: do what you got to do to get to where you want to be, so you can do what you want to do. Again, do what you got to do to get to where you want to be, so you can do what you want to do. All right, you guys. Love you guys. Be safe. Oh, forgot. I always forget to do this. Release your videos. Release your content. Release your tutorials. Release your music. You have a voice. The world deserves to hear you. Be part of the world. Release it. What's it doing just sitting there? What are you doing? The life is so short. Release it into the world. You have nothing to fear. People judge people all the time. Don't worry about it. I'm not worried about it. You gotta be you in this life. There's nothing else you can be. There's nothing else you can do. People are gonna judge you regardless. So let loose and be free and be you and release your music and content, please. The world will be a better place because of it. The world is a better place because you are in it. I promise you. Without you, the world wouldn't be the world that it is right now, right? Think about that. It really makes sense. So please release your content and music. Love you guys. Be safe. Have a great week. Talk to you soon. See you guys next time.